for people who watched that televised session last Tuesday, it really sounded like he was going to be, people were criticizing him for not having a policy position, for not being in the weeds enough about policy, as he's usually not, and saying, yeah, whatever compromise you Democrats and Republicans can come up with on DACA and funding for border security and things like that, I will sign whatever you come up with. I'm not going to say I want this, I want that. And according to Lindsey Graham and Dick Durbin, even on Thursday morning, when they were presenting the outlines of their compromise to the president on the phone, he was saying very friendly, conciliatory things. Let's get together in person and try to hash this out. And then when they had that meeting later on Thursday, to the shock of Lindsey Graham and Dick Durbin, there in the room were those various congressional hardliners on immigration, Senator Cotton and Senator Perdue and Kevin McCarthy from the House. And Trump's tone had completely flipped. How do you even understand that?
Well, I think there's two sides of President Trump. I think there is one side which comes out of the showman and is very intrigued by the idea of being the person, being the president who puts together this grand bargain. And he knows there are some Republicans who want that. They've wanted that since George W. Bush was in office, including Lindsey Graham. And I think there was an appeal, especially with the television cameras on, to play that part. And he's willing to move away from core principles to do that. But there's another side, which I do think he gets into the policy weeds, and it's a hardline restrictionist on immigration, conservative populism that goes against immigrants and other social groups as a way to win over support that is at the core of who he is. And he has been talking about this since day one. And I think that has support in the House Republican caucus. It has support with people like Stephen Miller. And once the cameras were off and once the discussions restarted in private rooms, I think he's easily drawn back to that side. So if a deal's going to happen somehow, the Democrats, the moderate Republicans have to win over that showman part of him. And they have to do it quickly before the others come into the room.